Good morning. This is going to be the Aries reading. I hope you guys had a good week last week. I was able to do quite a bit of clearing and energetic shifting last week. In fact, I'm trying to get this stay lit. I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I was divinely guided to rest. I didn't even handle my sales yesterday. I literally just stayed in bed all day. I stayed in the house. I never left. Because I was guided to recharge my battery, get some extra rest in. I'm still pretty tired from these shifts and from this energy. Which deck of cards do I want to use? So I'll be back making videos regularly again. Also, my deck is a little discombobulated. My guides and my deck know that I don't read reversals. Every now and then I'm guided to read one, but so I'm going to go ahead and pull the 6 cards, and then I'm going to pull the clarifiers as I go. And I'm using my Oceanic Tarot deck. I love my mermaids. It's kind of symbolic of my channel as well. Wow. I'm still kind of dealing with some clearing of my own, so I was like, maybe I should take another week off. But I really just wanted to get back to business as usual. We got some really good cups. Lots of good stuff going on in the area of love and abundance. Wow. Somebody's had a lot going on with love right now. For one thing, we have the Queen of the Ocean, Abundance. So I am feeling like sorry, it's some updates on my laptop were coming up and asking me who's getting ready to shut off. So I am feeling like you have removed the blocks to money. Telling yourself new stories. I'm realizing that you yourself are creating the blocks with your mind. Let me pull another card. And really, the key is being present. I mean, presence is the most important thing that you can do, period. Because it helps to eliminate stress and anxiety. Wow, to clarify, we have that Queen of Ocean, Abundance. We have Door to Value. And you see we have all of like the dollar signs and stuff floating around. So I am feeling like you have cleared your money blocks. You have aligned to more money, and you're seeing how this thing works now. By telling yourself better stories. By not coming from a place of lack or scarcity. You're able to attract better jobs. I'm getting that, some of you, if you have not, you have a new job offer coming to you, possibly a raise. Some of you starting a business. Maybe you've started a business and it's been slow to get off the ground. And the message that's coming through is that you are removing these blocks to money. The reason why presence is so important is because you're not worried about the future, therefore creating scenarios and creating stories around that anxiety. Because the current moment is all you have. Like the past happened in the now, the future happened in the now. So all you ever have is the now. And even if you're faced with a situation where even if you're faced with a situation that you don't like right now, something that is not what you wanted, or you didn't think you wanted, but you aligned to it anyway, do not resist it. Always choose the path to least resistance. So basically just sit with it. Don't judge it. Don't analyze it. Just don't resist it. Just accept it for what it is right now and then watch it move. That really is the magical energy. So we do have the Knight of Swords drama. So I am feeling like for some of you that you have quite possibly maybe experienced some drama, some anxiety, some stress around money, first of all, and possibly not having enough, in that you have either, dropped into that place that I said of surrender, of acceptance, and seen the shifts, or this is the energy you're moving into. This is the guidance that you're receiving because you have this abundance coming in. This drama could also be around a relationship that you're in. Maybe you had some drama. Maybe you had the shit hit the fan and some things that needed to come out and be discussed were finally discussed. And it might have even have seemed like the end for you. Like, man, this is it. This is over with. But it ended up being a turning point, surprisingly. This is a turning point because this is going to take you where you want to be. It's either A, you're going to see that the person that you're with or having with is not for you, that you've been trying to force things and it's not working for a reason, or two, I'm getting for some of you that maybe you do need to take a break. Maybe you're about to take a break right now from each other. Maybe you both have things that you have to work through. And this is perfect. This is fine. Don't judge this because a lot of times we get so scared about losing people because those people give us value and give us worth. And we feel like without them, what would we be? If this person isn't with me, if I'm all by myself, then I have to face my own shit. A lot of times we get into relationships and we stay into relationships because we're avoiding ourselves. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, that, maybe this split for a while is necessary and it's not permanent. We have discipline, training, consistency, and practice. So the energy that I'm getting with this is that maybe the two of you have things that you would like to pursue outside of the relationship. And this can even be other people. Sometimes we have to learn from other people. And like I said, maybe, the other person wasn't for you and someone else is coming along, or you're taking a break so that I just feel like this relationship here is not over. It's just on pause for right now because the two of you were not ready. And so you have to go out and pursue other things, other people for a while. And this is going to take really facing a lot of fears because a lot of times we're scared to let somebody go because we're scared we're going to lose them to somebody else. And then, a lot of times we want to trigger fear in that person to make them fearful that they're going to lose us. So make sure that if you are walking away from someone right now, that you're doing it with pure intentions. You're doing it not to hurt this person or to wake them up or make them see how much that they are losing. They're going to lose you. And, really, you don't really want to trigger a fear in that person or try to make them jealous because that is not being loving. We have to get to a place where we know what real love is. And sometimes you have to let go of what you love and let it come back to you. Because I really am feeling very strongly, like I said, that this relationship right here is not over. It's just merely been paused. And sometimes the soul uses closeness and distance to kind of help us work through things on our own, different things that we're facing. And sometimes we have to do that alone. We have the King of Cups, understanding. And so this is that reaching that level of love that I was talking about, where you realize what love really is. And love is not fear. And so love is not us fearing loss, the loss of a person, or it's also not wanting that person to feel the loss of us. We want to feel whole and complete and happy on our own, don't we? So why don't we want that for the person that we claim to love to begin with? And only then can we start to experience true love. Jealousy, making someone feel jealous, does not mean they love us. It means that we're codependent. It means that we both fear losing each other. And codependency is not love. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So whatever is making you feel like you are scared of losing someone else, to the point where you want to actually even trigger that fear of loss in them. And fear of loss comes many different ways: despair, anxiety, depression, jealousy, extreme, just very fearful emotions. Look inside yourself and see what's making you feel this way. Where did this come from? Because I am feeling like this fear is basically what caused the breakdown to begin with. The fear that you had, the fears that you had. And sometimes I know with my fear of loss and fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, I do one of two things. I either hold on for dear life, or I walk away first. So I am feeling very strongly like this is something that has played out in this connection that you had with this person. It's almost like a self-sabotaging behavior. Because even if we are holding on tight and we're just kind of suffocating the relationship, so to speak, that's still a way of pushing that person away. Only it's kind of like our fears are kind of sneaky about it, because we know, like, we don't want to be the bad guy and walk away, but we know if we just absolutely just suffocate somebody and we keep them from doing things that they love and pursuing their dreams, then they're going to have no choice but to walk away, especially if they have healthy boundaries. And so this is something within yourself that you really need to look at. This is self-limiting beliefs. This is a behavior pattern that you have been stuck in. Because when you truly love somebody, like truly love somebody, I can't get the thing up, truly love somebody, you'll be in this King of Cups energy, this understanding, this unconditional love. And love is only without conditions. There's no such thing as conditional love. Conditional love is codependency. Mostly what people think is love is very fear-based. But it's all right because that's what we were taught. We're taught that in movies. Look at every movie you watch. But this also involves showing your self-love and taking this pause to really give to yourself what you need. Like I said, look inside yourself. Page of Pentacles, opportunity. So I do show, and I do feel like this goes along with that abundance, that you have an opportunity coming to you. And I really feel like this has to do with employment. This has to do, your finances are about to improve a lot. But the message that's coming through from Spirit, sorry, there's a lot going on out there, sirens and stuff. The message that's coming through from Spirit is do not escape into it. That you have the tendency to kind of throw yourself into your work, to escape from really facing yourself. So even though you have this opportunity coming to you, do not block your abundance by becoming codependent with it. Because a lot of times we shift codependencies. Codependency is nothing more than an addiction. We can become addicted to anything. And when we shift our focus away from one addiction, if you tend to have an addictive personality, we tend to focus all of our energy onto something else. And then we transfer that codependent energy, that addictive energy. So the message that's coming through is to stay balanced. And how do you stay balanced? By being focused and being grounded right now in the here and now. This is the present moment is all you ever have. Try to be very mindful of your thoughts. Don't believe your thoughts. And try to learn how, and this is key if you can't resonate with anything else in this video, try to be the observer of your thoughts. Because when you can be the observer of your thoughts, guess what? You're connecting to your soul energy, because that is your soul watching your thoughts. Because your thoughts, that is your ego. Anything that's not thoughts is your soul. So if you can watch your thoughts, you're actually connected to your soul, and it's amazing, and that will be a turning point for you. Because to clarify that, we have Desert, Vision, Quest. So the energy that I'm getting from this card is almost like tunnel vision. You set your sights on something, and you just, that is your main focus. And I'm not taking away from having goals and accomplishing them, but make sure you're not escaping into your work, escaping into this, losing yourself, your true self. Not your ego self, your true self. So do be listening to any type of guidance, inner guidance that you're getting intuitively, as far as resting, taking a day off, taking a vacation when it's time. Because not only are we more than our bodies, but we are more than the job that we work. We're more than the money that we make. Don't let that be your identity, because that can become your identity as much as a person can. Remember when I said, getting involved with a person and feeling like if they would ever take away their validation, their approval, then what would I be? What would happen if you lost this job? That is not you. That is not your true self. We have the Ten of Cups, completion. So you have completed a cycle. So I feel very strongly that this cycle that you have been in here, that one of being fearful and wanting to instill that fear in someone else so that they won't, either so that they won't leave or so that they'll leave, so you don't have to be the bad guy. Just that self-sabotaging behavior that you have. You are facing this. And the way that you face this is to look at the worst possible scenario and actually sit with it and feel and experience how that situation would make you feel. Face that shit and get it out the way so that it stops playing in the background, so that you stop repeating that cycle over and over again. And that is how you elevate. That is how you ascend and shift and clear. Now, I'm not a person that believes that we have to do any healing, because we are our soul first and foremost. We're not our bodies. And the soul never needs healed. The soul is always whole and complete. But what we do have to do is we have to clear those beliefs that we have. Because the mind, the monkey mind, is the ego. Anything that's not from the mind is the soul. So really face those self-limiting beliefs and those thoughts, those fearful thoughts that you have. And look at the worst possible scenario. How does this make me feel? And then release it. Maybe your worst possible fear is losing somebody that you love. What would happen? What's the worst possible scenario? And I'm sure it's going to trigger you, but You know, what if they left you for somebody else? You know, what if you guys, took this time off and they ended up in another relationship and they seem very happy? Face that shit. Because it's that fear of loss that you're going to keep aligning to. That's the reason why you want to face it and get it out of there. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm not even saying that, but I'm saying clear that shit so that that story stops playing in your mind. Because that's what's causing the self-sabotage, is that fear itself. I'm not saying it could be like a different fear, but face your biggest fear so that it stops showing up. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So, let's say, even if this person, they did do that and you were just by yourself, would you still be able to love yourself? Would you still have value and worth if you were on your own? That's something you need to look at. Because once you can get into that space, that's when you will attract exactly what you want. That is the energy you need to get into, is to face these fears and self-limiting beliefs that are blocking love, that are blocking abundance. We have the Lover's card, choices. And so I do feel like this is that choice, that crossroads that you're at right now. And I do feel like it has to do with being apart, some time apart from your lover right now. This is a decision that you have to make. Do you want to face that fear of loss and really take some time to kind of balance yourself out? Because like I said, maybe things were not going the way that you wanted them to. You were trying to fit this into a box that you thought it was supposed to fit into, and it just didn't fit. And this was your own fears and your own expectations and your own anxiety, your fears that it would not work. And you got to let things flow. You cannot resist, you cannot work against the flow. You have to work with the energy. So if something is not working out, it's either A, it's not for you, or B, the timing is not right. And the message that I am getting is that fears are blocking you right now. They are standing in between you and what you want. And so if there is a pause right now, or, this time of rest, this time away from each other, it's being divinely guided and everything's perfect as it is right now. But I am feeling very strongly like it's not over. It's not completely over. The two of you might need to experience other things away from each other for a while. And that's always hard to deal with. I get it. Oath, promise, pledge, and contract. Whenever I get this card, I always think marriage. So I am feeling very strongly like this person that you have met, it's a very, very strong spiritual connection, and that you can't lose this person. That they're going to be in your life and possibly even get married someday. That is the message that I'm getting with this. But once again, you have to face those fears and you have to be willing to let go, because when you hold on to something so tightly, you restrict growth. The soul always wants to grow and expand. And when you reach that brick wall where you can't grow anymore, the soul will bring in some type of situation or scenario to force more growth, to force more expansion. And this could mean, this time alone where you both can pursue other things for a while. And like I said, maybe even someone else has to come in to help, teach you, to prepare you for this right here. But I am feeling very strongly that it is not over. I'm going to pull one more. I'm being guided to pull one more Heart Oracle card, and then I'll read my postcard. That one wanted to come out. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So I'm getting, this could possibly even be a twin flame connection. Do watch my twin flame videos where you are always connected. And understand, everyone is connected anyway. There is no separation in the collective human consciousness. We are all one. But this is a matter of you realizing that you are whole and complete and you are one on your own. That you don't need anyone else to make you feel complete. Fill that void that you have. It's a void that you have inward, inside, that you have been looking to fill with, possibly substances, other people, employment, goals. If I can just accomplish this, if I can just do that, then I'll fill that void. And that void is still not filled. And how do you fill that void? You fill that void by realizing that you never needed anything outside of yourself to begin with. That you are enough. You don't have to, nobody else has to come in and make you feel complete. You don't need anyone else to accept you or validate you. Take your power back by facing those fears. And then stop feeding them. Stop believing your thoughts. Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you're taking, especially when you have an end game in mind, and the source of your motivation, desire, or entitlement. Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of your motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled into the direction your soul calls you towards joy, discovery, growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrender to whatever Spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to Spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. Wow, that was amazing. I've never gotten that card before. That's the first time I've ever gotten a card. So, but thank you for watching. And if you would like to have a personal reading, they're $30 right now, and I'll include my email in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.